Hi, Libra. It's Angela. We're here to do a little extra reading for June, kind of a monthly wrap up, end of the month kind of a vibe. And we're going to tap into just some simple aspects of ourselves and see what we can transform and heal at this time. As you recall, these readings are sort of evergreen. They're not real, energy doesn't really lock itself in with a time frame. So at any point that you tap into these spaces and these readings, that message is perfectly timed for you to receive. The oracle cards we're using this month at this time are from the Healing Mantra deck by Kahn. Very simple concepts, powerful, and let's see what we got for you. So for Libra, we have Illuminating the Truth. Now, you know, there's truth and then there's our truth. You know, we have our own sort of ingrained perceptions of what the truth is for us, right? But if we are if we're so locked into, you know, this is the way it is, right? This is the truth, then we're not able to discover other things that could occur around us that are teaching us a more broader, a more in-depth way of seeing what is true, what is factual out there. Like, let's see, you know, like the earth is flat, the earth is round, whatever. You know, there's been scientific proof that the earth is a globe. I know we're not even going to go there. I shouldn't have even opened that can of worms, but that kind of thing. So in your own experience, it could be the truth coming through from another person, an action that they take that has you kind of going, whoa, that's who they are, or that's what they believe in, or whatever. And it's a matter of really just being willing to accept the truth as you see it, so that you can shift toward, you know, a reality that moves beyond your ingrained beliefs, your beliefs up until this moment, right? It kind of doesn't really matter the disruption of your truth, that part of it, and focusing on that and trying to iron that out doesn't really matter. It's more of, as the sooner you can accept it, the quicker you can move on and have a better understanding of what your reality is, right? Our expectations get shattered a lot by truths that show up, you know, and like sometimes, like in sense of betrayal, that happens quite often to us. And the reality is the betrayer probably was seeking their own truth, you know, seeking some kind of truth, or uncomfortable with their truth and having to, you know, make a move that betrays those that they love. So, but the reality is that betrayer betrayed. And that's the truth that we want to deal with, right? We don't want to say, oh, but, you know, make an excuse for it. They betrayed. And so now how do I want to respond to this, right? Do I want to give them another pass? Do I want to kind of say, you know, that's just not for me, let me move on, whatever. So illuminating the truth is the vibe here for you. Okay, so now let's see what the Zen cards say. All right, your first card, Libra, is sorrow. So there might be some of you that are contending with a truth that has you feeling sad, grieving, a sense of loss. Okay. Within you, oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, look at this. So we have a sense of sorrow because there is some reality that could be happening in some of your experiences that are not what you expected. That expectation was kind of demolished. You know, maybe I expected, you know, my close loved one to behave in a certain way and they didn't, to behave with honor and they didn't. Maybe they went and, you know, stole candy from a store and you thought, oh, they're a very upstanding person, they would never steal. And then they did, right? And that might detach you from what you perceived as your truth before. And it makes you sad because the reality is they stole the candy, right? Within you internally, I got this politics card. So this is the masks we wear. This is covering our truth, right? And because it's in the internal position, this is something you know within that, you know what, I may be wearing a mask in this situation too. Kind of masking my inner being from the truth, kind of shielding myself from the reality that this loved one of mine stole candy. Like, I don't really want to face it, that they're a thief. But within you, you're kind of getting, you know what, it's time to drop the mask. It's time to really face the reality of whatever this situation is. And I'll bet it's not about candy, but I'm going to keep it light for that purpose here. So the shattering of your expectation, or the sort of the surge of the truth coming forward, has you realizing, oh, wow, I better look at this for what it is. I better see it for what it is. And then the external response to that, and even though you're left in a little bit of sadness and disillusionment, it helps you to make a clear intention, like to plant your seeds, right? Going forward, to really, really redefine your intentions and how you want to proceed in this connection, in this relationship with this person that's a thief. Do I want to let this slide? Do I want to teach them more about what stealing does and where it could end up? Do I want, what are my intentions here? How will I respond to this situation going forward? The dropping of the mask here, the inner acknowledgement that, oh, things are being covered up and I'm willing now to see it for what it is. That inner awareness triggers the clarity that you have in your day-to-day world. And you're like, oh, I'm willing to see this for what it is. And now, like, I have a clear playing field here to set my intentions going forward. I could stay in a relationship with this person, even though they're a thief. I could step away for a minute and, regain my own composure, regain whatever my own truth is, and then come back around. Like, it just helps you to be able to move forward. Just the acknowledgement of that, uncovering the truth. Okay, so now proceeding forward, Libra, that is this next card is going to be, so what we're doing is we're here on this level of, oh, wow, things aren't what they seemed. I better face it head on and get clear on what it is I want. Okay, that's basically where your starting point is here. And then we have this, we want to come up to another level of understanding this. And the key to that is in this card. Oh, and that is schizophrenia. You're not schizophrenic. This is indecisiveness. So this is counter to this. This is clear intention setting. And what you want to do is leave behind the indecisiveness, right? Once you do that, you can proceed. Once you are able to make a choice, make a decision one way or the other. This little figure, he's kind of stuck up there between these cliffs. Oh my gosh, what do I do? Do I let go of my hands? Do I let go of my feet? I don't know what to do. And, kind of just staying stuck because of the indecisiveness. But the key is just to let go of both and see what comes next, right? Just do one, get it out of the way, make a decision. That brings your clarity back, right? That brings the intentions that you're wanting to set back to the forefront. But this has to get dropped. The indecisiveness has to get dropped. The truth sometimes is relative. Sometimes we see things one way and another sees them another way. And sometimes we can't match those up. And that might be a decision, like if it is in a relationship where your fundamental beliefs are so varying and different, and you can't find a way to iron those out and come to an agreement between you on how to contend with those differences, you might need to make the decision to just let that go, to walk away from it. But, that's kind of a harsh decision. We don't always want to do that. You might also make the decision to kind of say, you know what, they're in their reality, and that's okay. And I'll let them move down their path. I'll give them space. I'm here, but I will give them the time and the space to move through their reality as they see fit. And we'll see where our paths lead. Like sometimes it just takes some patience, but the decision, one way or the other, is yours to make, how to respond to the situation. Okay. And then where do you end up after you're able to drop that indecision and face what is real? Just face the truth and be with it. You're in a celebration. You're in a celebratory mood because, yeah, I mean, sometimes the truth sucks. So let's just not mince words there. Sometimes it sucks, and we can't believe that, that our friends stole the candy or whatever, but they did. And I accepted it. And now I'm making a decision one way or the other, how I'm going to respond to this truth. Not what this sort of preordained, set of rules is on how to address the truth, but what comes from within me. How do I want to respond to this truth? Yeah, stealing candy's bad, and there might be rules about it. Somebody might get, a record for it, or put in jail, put in juvie for a minute or whatever. But how do I want to respond to the fact that this person I know is kind of labeled a thief, right? It's your decision. And once you make that decision, yeah, then you own it. Then there's time to celebrate, because it's dealing with the truth and letting it be as it is. And then it helps to move the uncomfortable things past us quicker, right? If we're, making excuses, they really needed that candy. Like, who needs candy? Well, yeah, they could have needed it. I know I've needed candy before, but no, making excuses for that truth that person chose to do, that action that person chose to do, that really keeps us in the indecision phase, and it keeps us with our masks up. But being able to just say, you know what, don't steal, that sucks, let's move on. That gives you more ownership over your response, right? Within you, there is a sense of collaboration. So this could be you. I'm getting a really strong vibe that this whole process of being able to contend with and illuminate the truth in your life, whatever that is, I'm getting a feeling that there are some of your guides really want to come through for you in this process. These would be your energetic guides, not your human beings that stand on this earth that teach you and guide you. But this is more of people that have passed on, your angels and guides, spirits that are there in the spirit world, that are there with you to help guide you. It's kind of where your intuition comes from. You get nudged by your guides that way. And just remembering that they're helping you on this path kind of helps to make you feel more solid as you make these decisions, and as you face the truths that are there, right? As you just face them and move on, right? Yeah, that happened. Now what am I going to do next, right? Now, right. So, and then the outcome, or the overall final card of the spread is a reminder. I love this so much, because it's kind of is this morality card. It's kind of saying, there really isn't right and wrong, good and bad. There are no labels, right? There is the truth, and that's it. Like, we don't have to do the extra step and put the judgment on that, right? The person stole candy. That doesn't mean they're a horrible person, right? They stole candy, learned a lesson, moved on, right? So that's kind of the, that's more of a lighthearted way to go through this. But when we're talking about deeper truths, or like we said, fundamental differences between you and another, that is the truth. Like, you know, like if you have a partner who, let's just say you are very outgoing and friendly and you like to talk to everyone and you like to engage with people when you're out in public, and your partner is the opposite and they're contained and they're secluded, and even to the point where you being out there and engaging and talking to others makes them feel envious, it makes them feel jealous, you know, that's a problem. That's where this person has to kind of see the truth of, you are who you are. There's no threat. You're out there, you know, doing your thing and being friendly. And you also need to come to the realization of the truth that this person may not be able to handle who you are in every situation, right? So, but the response to that is not to say, oh, okay, I won't go and be myself. I won't go engage and I won't go talk to people and meet new friends just because it makes you uncomfortable. That's not the response. The response is, this is the truth of who I am. And the truth is also, you know, there's no threat to you. I need the space to be able to operate and be who I am, right? And then hopefully you find a middle ground with that person. But, you know, trying to say I'm vivacious and I'm friendly and I like to engage with people is right, and this person that doesn't behave that way or operate that way is wrong, that's where this morality thing gets us thrown off, because it isn't right or wrong. It just is. The truth just is, right? So that's kind of interesting. That's we can go deeper into that, but I don't really have time today, so I'm sorry. I have to get through all the rest of the signs readings and post them all in order to get these out for you so you can wind the month down with them. But this is interesting. This is something to consider. It's interesting. Okay. All right, Libra, I love you guys, and I will see you very soon. Don't forget to like and comment and share my channel and subscribe and do all those fun things to keep us going. All right. Love you.